Hi guys, we have a brand new patch. I was gonna do a video, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go live. I feel like it would be fun if we just went live. We went through the patch notes. We did a little bit of discussion. So we have some fun stuff that is out now. I haven't even gotten to dive into the patch notes yet. I haven't had the chance to even read them, and I've already been seeing online death by meteor I think is returning. I think meteors are here 100%, but death by meteor I'm not sure yet. But the telescope's here, the telescope's out. Update your games. But before anything, I do want to go ahead and say this. Take out your mods folder, please. Do not update your game with your mods folder in and with all of your mods in the game, because if you do so, you could corrupt things. Things could get misplaced or deleted. So make sure that you guys are taking your mods folders out before you're updating. But before we get into anything, I want to ask you guys how your day is. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And we're just gonna jump straight into this here. So we're gonna go into full screen mode. This is update for June 14th. And we have a lot going on here. So we have bug fixes for multiple packs. Of course, bug fixes for base game. Thank God. I'm so happy. Welcome everyone just joining. I know I started this very fast, you know, and there was no warning. I wasn't even gonna go live, but I appreciate every single one of you that are dropping in. So we have bug fixes for Snowy Escape, Spa Day, Realm of Magic, Dream Home Decorator, and My Wedding Stories. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. I normally read, but we're gonna have Miss Text to Speech read just so we can have a little giggle.
Awoo, Simmers.
Awoo.
We're very excited to share with you our newest patch notes, but I'm particularly excited because this is my first time getting to write them, and now I'm as free and wild as a werewolf during a full moon. To begin, we hope you've been enjoying the real-life supermoons lately, because we have similar themes in store for you. Awoo, sorry. Asterisk clears throat. Asterisk this patch brings bug fixes and updates to accompany the Werewolves game pack's release.
Awoo, she says, awoo, awoo. All right, let's stop. Also, another thing that I want to mention, you guys, it's a full moon today. So even though I wanted the pack to release on a full moon, it's still cool that we're getting the lunar cycles for free. Yes, everyone's getting the lunar cycles in every single world for free today on the full moon. So that's always exciting.
Release in 2 days. We hope you find everything within these notes transformative. As usual, thank you all for your continued support and feedback, and most importantly, have fun just wolfing around. Simguru Morgan.
Wolfing around? Whatever that means. All right, so what's new? I know, the voice is hilarious. That's what I'm saying. Microsoft Edge has this. By the way, you can highlight, you can select anything, and then you right click, and then you hit read aloud. It's so cool. I wonder if you can change the voice. You know how on TikTok you can change the voice? I wonder if we can do that. All right, so we have a lot to read, guys. A lot to read. Let's go ahead and get started here with lunar cycles.
Lunar cycles. Were your Sims set in their nocturnal ways? The moon now has phases within a lunar cycle. From now on, you'll notice that the moon in the sky changes over time, which affects how much light is given off at night in almost every neighborhood across all packs. This excludes locations that might not make sense, like the Magic Realm.
Yeah, that does make sense. I do want to say this though. I think they actually mentioned it on the stream. I could be wrong. They, it isn't 100% confirmed that there are pack integrations between this new, moon phase thing and seasons. But with cloudy weather, it's normally a little bit darker, but also when there's a full moon, it's brighter. When there's a new moon, it's darker. So if it's cloudy and a new moon, it's going to be a lot darker than if it's, clear skies and full moon. So it's in a way, I guess that kind of works together to change the lighting in your worlds, like the moon and the weather conditions. That is really cool in itself. I'm super excited for that.
In total, there are 8 phases: new moon, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, third quarter, and waning crescent. With default settings, the moon will change each night, but you can change the length of the phases in the environment section of game options. If you want, You can also make a phase permanent or turn off moon effects. Yes, the moon phase will affect your sim.
I'm not surprised. They're giving us the customization with that. I knew they would. We had that in The Sims 3. So if you don't want it, guys, you can always turn it off. You don't have to have it. You can have it change every night, or I guess you can extend it and make it longer so that, you know, waxing crescent lasts for multiple sim days. Then it goes to first quarter for multiple sim days, all that stuff. So all that is possible, which is lovely.
Yes, the moon phase will affect your sim. Each phase grants a special gameplay boost that can be viewed by hovering over the moon icon at the bottom center of the screen. This information will also display the current phase. Are you curious when the next full moon is coming around? The calendar has also been updated to display upcoming moon phases based on the previously mentioned phase length settings.
Oh, wait a minute. It says here each phase grants a special gameplay boost that can be viewed by hovering over the moon icon. That's cool. That is so freaking cool.
Occult Sims will find that the moon now plays an extra role in how their powers behave. During certain moon phases, mermaids have less hydration loss, vampires recharge power slower, spellcasters cast spells more successfully, and aliens receive a special moodlet while moonbathing, which is also now a thing for all Sims teen and older.
That is cool, you guys. That's cool. So something that they're adding for free. Thank you, King, for the super chat. I appreciate it. So something that they're adding for free for everyone is having an effect on things from other packs. I love that. That's really, really cool.
There are also some particularly cute new interactions for toddlers. They have special questions that they can ask during each phase, and they can also say goodnight to the moon. This will grant them special moon dreams, which may change depending on the particular moon phase that night. Prepare for cuteness overload. I'd be remiss if I failed to mention that this is where the Princess Cordelia reference is hidden in this pack. Sorry, Simguru Ninja. You can't stop me.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. There are special questions that the toddlers can ask during different moon phases, and they can say goodnight to the moon. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. Sims are now able to moon gaze.
Sims are now also able to moon gaze through the observatory or the
small telescope. So here's a picture and a look, of course, showing the moon phases. Oh my gosh. This is really cool. I'm so glad all this is coming for free. I feel like if they would have locked the moon phases to a pack, some people would have just, you know, been like, kind of meh about it. But at least this is coming for free for everyone, even for those that do not want, you know, the werewolves.
Small telescope. It was a rainy afternoon one day at the Max's office. The bay doesn't see much rain, and the sound of water drops hitting the windows filled the otherwise silent studio. In a dimly lit corner on the Max's floor, one modeling artist was working on a telescope model. A simple feature, a staple of the Sims and real-life space hobbyists. A smile grew across the artist's face. The model was perfect. Small, elegant, perfectly capable of sitting on a balcony in a virtual household. There were great expectations for The Sims 4, and the artist had great expectations too. Suddenly, a game designer appeared behind the artist. The artist was serenaded by the sound of rain, and hadn't noticed that they were no longer alone. As the artist turned around to greet the designer uttered a single word, as if to interrupt eye contact. "Bigger," the designer muttered. Confused, the artist scanned their freshly sculpted 3D model in order to figure out what exactly needed to be bigger. The base of the structure. Could it not support the weight of such a lens? Was the scope itself too small? Would the mysteries of the cosmos elude our Sims with its inadequacy? "What do you mean by dash?" The artist's voice was cut short as they noticed the designer digging into a fresh plate of lobster thermidor. A peculiar sight, as there wasn't even a kitchen nearby. How had the designer cooked an entire lobster? The grated cheese atop the crustaceans slowly melted as the artist sat astonished. Bigger, the designer
Do we really need all this story time for an object, though? Let me continue.
once again exclaimed. This time slightly louder, exhaling a cloud of Old Bay seasoning that stung the artist's eyes. The artist blinked rapidly and grimaced. What exactly needs to be bigger? This time the designer was shouting, breadcrumbs flying onto the desk. The designer stood silently before taking another bite. The artist looked down at the clenched hands in their lap, trying hard to find the right words to say. Where do we go from here? Where does life go from here? The artist tried to return their gaze to the designer, but the designer was already gone. Lingering steam lofted in the air. The artist tried once again to speak, but words felt meaningless, unnecessary. The only thing that remained was the odor of buttery shellfish and the gentle hum of rain. The artist sighed and looked back at their telescope model, still baffled by the encounter. As their thoughts stirred, one word repeated in their mind. Bigger? 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 Yes, they are finally here.
The text-to-speech lady, the text-to-speech lady is taking all the power out of it. It just sounds so...
ready to fulfill your logic dreams. This patch includes one small telescope, and the Sims 4 Werewolves game pack will add a second pack-specific one. Most of the interactions that were available on the observatory are also available on the small telescope, but for understandable reasons you cannot woohoo inside it. And as it isn't quite as technically advanced as the observatory, using the small telescope will not reward prints. You may, at various times of day and night.
Wait a minute, I gotta pause this here. Obviously, the ones that we're getting, guys, we're getting the new telescope. Obvious, it's confirmed, it's coming. Tiny, portable, all that fun stuff. There's also another variation that's coming with the Werewolves pack. You'll see that one when we see it. I've already posted pictures about it in a previous video though. But they have said that the big observatory, the large one from the base game, like the original large one, that one now has new functionality. So apparently it can make these prints now, which is interesting. But it says you may at various times of day and night spy on neighborhood, observe the sky, search for the truth. What's the truth? The truth about what? Stargaze, track satellite, that's really cool, and spy on apartments if you're using city living. So if you put this thing on your apartment top, oh my gosh, that's kind of funny. That's kind of creepy though. Spy on your neighbors with a telescope. All right. Oh my goodness.
Important warning, viewing the night sky can be dangerous work. If your sim notices something is coming straight for them, get inside quickly. Death by meteorite is now a thing. So are meteorite ghosts. Who knew?
Wow. Observatory. Death by meteorite is here, and there are even meteorite ghosts. So new stuff to discover. You guys, this is exciting. A new death in the base game. I live for it. Come on. I can't be the only one that loves new deaths in a video game. Yes, it might be morbid, but come on now. We play Sims. The things that we do in our Sims games are questionable. If my friend saw the things I did in my Sims game, we wouldn't be friends. All right, up next, guys, observatory.
Observatory. Small telescopes aren't the only stargazing item to get some attention. Remember the base game observatory? Yes, the big one. How could you forget after the story above? Well, you can now discover 10 new framed moon prints when moongazing with it. They are very pretty, and I hear one might show what Sixum looks like from space.
Oh my gosh, yay! That's cool. So we're gonna have a new look of Sixum, basically. That's cool, but it's like, it's discoverable stuff. I like discoverable stuff. There's 10 new framed moon prints. So they're basically like, okay, we heard you loud and clear. You didn't like the large observatory. It's too big. So we're giving you a tiny telescope now. But we don't want you to just run away from the old one and never use the original ever again. So we're gonna give that some new functionality now. So now you have 2 new things to explore. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right, so we have a brand new beard in the game. Beard curly. And there are some other things provided about dresses, I think.
To address feedback on the rainbow base game wedding dress variants we released with My Wedding Stories, we added some new variants that are ombre and faded to 2 of the dresses.
Ombre? You mean ombre?
Body underscore.
You mean ombre? What did she mean ombre? Ombre? You guys remember those hideous wedding dresses? Well, we now have new variants. I mean, modders had already jumped on that a while ago, like literally like hours later. But I mean, it's good to see some effort coming through now with the Sims team. I'll take it. We heard that you wanted the My Wedding Stories hijab without the veil. So now you have a new hijab piece in base game. And look at all the colors without the veil, of course. So that is really cool, guys. And this is a look at the brand new beard and every single color swatch for it. I like it. It's cool. What are we thinking so far about all this stuff? Omba, omba, omba. Let me be your omba. Who said that? Good night. Oh my gosh. You don't like the shape of the beard? It's a little like jaggedy at the bottom, but I don't know. For the most part, it's pretty cool. I kind of like it. I like it in the lighter colors, actually. Like the blonde and the grays. Really like it there. Oh, we have more than, okay. Multiple, ooh! Wait a minute. Did they collaborate with that custom? No, I had made a video about this. Some of you might have watched it. Did they collaborate with the custom content creator that made these? Because I swear, this is literally the custom content one. I mean, it looks great. I love it, but this really looks like the custom content one. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's maybe it's a little different. Oh my gosh. Yes. I like the different variations of it though. See, this is what we needed. It needed to be more subtle. It needed to be, you know, more gradual, more smooth. I don't know what they were thinking to give us what they gave, because that is a clown dress, Your Honor. That is a clown dress. Jail time for that one. Jail time. I mean, no shade, but it's just, it was something else. All right, let's move on. Oh, even new build mode stuff? Hold on, let's get into this.
In build mode, you will now find the Broeke Elite Caution wallpaper, which complements the existing base game Broeke Elite wallpaper.
Brickery.
There are also 2 new terrain paints. One has a lot of tiny rocks that are very cute, and the other is pine duff. Both look fantastic in Moonwood Mill, if we do say so ourselves. Use them wherever you'd like though.
Ooh, we have a new wallpaper. That's really cool. And 2 new terrain plants. So here's a look here at what that looks like. Just so you can see it. I like them. They're cool. And here are our new terrain. Did I say terrain plants? I'm sorry. Terrain paints. Terrain paints. I cannot read. This dyslexia is killing me, guys. Oh, scenarios. They even threw in new scenarios too. Oh my gosh.
Scenarios. We've made some various improvements to the user interface in the base game for scenarios. The scenarios menu now uses a tile system that shows information about what to start the scenario with and some possible story endings. The menu will also now show recommendations for scenarios and show limited time scenarios at the top of the screen. The Scenarios tab in the Live Mode UI has been updated to better showcase actions to pursue in the scenario. Brand new players to The Sims 4 will now see a welcome screen on the main menu.
Okay. So I guess no new scenarios, but they've updated how the scenarios are shown to players. And I guess the UI that they're built around, which is interesting. They needed to make up for the wedding pack disaster. We don't talk about that. All right, and we have some miscellaneous stuff before we jump into the bug fixes, guys.
Miscellaneous. Wolfsbane has been brought to base game. You may acquire it through cheats or random plant awards, but this will allow it to be found in the worlds of both The Sims 4 werewolves, as well as The Sims 4 vampires. We are formally excited to announce, Reticulating Splines is back as a loading tip.
Well, I want to know,
Bug
where did
fixes.
it go in the first place? Where did it go? Wasn't it always there? Or am I thinking about another Sims game? I don't know. But that's really cool, guys. Wolfsbane is in the Sims 4 base game now. So you can acquire it through cheats or random plant awards. So that's really, really, really cool. And it also can be found in the worlds for vampires and werewolves. So that's really exciting. Okay, bug fixes, guys. Oh wow, we have a little list here. So we're gonna start with the Sims 4 base game.
The Sims 4. Why shouldn't Sims be able to nap in a bush that's been partied in? We couldn't think of a good reason, so we fixed it.
Thank you, Mark, for the super chat. Telescope alone makes this pack a must-buy. Alien abductions? Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Sweet dreams. The flaws will no longer disappear on low and medium graphics settings for 2019-16 MacBook Pro users.
Good.
It's a good day for 2019-16 MacBook Pro users. Potentially more important than the ground not disappearing, the game will also not crash when on low graphics settings.
Isn't that lovely?
You know how when you'd make a picture frame black, then change it to another color, and then change your mind and decide that black really was the right option, and you'd try to change it back, but it wouldn't go back to black. Well, that doesn't happen anymore. Your indecision is secure.
Good.
If you looked at the pack preview screenshots on Origin, some of the Sims 4 packs had more screenshots than when previewing a pack on the main menu. So we made sure that each pack that had at least 4 screenshots on Origin also had at least 4 screenshots in our main menu, because our main menu felt jealous. And now it doesn't. The YMbody_EF01 business suit med_warm grey suit was clipping through itself when a sim would sit in it. Really, the clipping collected a lot of crumbs and got the suit dirty, so it was a problem that needed fixed. Fancy Sims everywhere rejoice. I'm not very tech-savvy myself, but our engineers fixed an issue where low and medium settings on Retina displays, which I had no clue were a thing, was causing graphical issues on lots.
Really?
There were
I
some
didn't have that.
unnecessary blue blocks in the tutorial section of the game options menu for Xbox, so we got rid of those. They were strange. Strange and blue, and very boxy. Too suspicious for us. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Sometimes Sims were unable to build rocket ships, but that is no longer the case.
That was in the laundry list.
Snowy escape. The proper trait now has text in Russian. No longer will players stare at the icon of a person bowing with no guidance as to what it means.
Cool.
Spa day. If a sim aspiring to be a self-care specialist wants to complete the hustle goal, they should be able to. And now they can. The world needs more hustle. Russian and Polish translations for one of the new aspirations were being cut off in UI when you went to select a new aspiration. Now the tooltips say what they should.
Good.
Realm of Magic.
All right.
Already powerful spellcasters that seemed stuck will now receive additional perk points when the XP bar fills to maximum. Need I warn you all that fixing this was probably a bad idea? Does the world really need more powerful spellcasters? This is how you get magical supervillains. We fixed an issue where spellcasters and aliens were having children with incomplete genetics data. It sort of makes sense, since they are aliens, but also it wasn't a good experience because once that child became a teen, they would be missing pants and underwear with no sensor grid. So yeah. Dream Home Decorator.
These notes.
When a sim with level 10 in the interior decorator career does a level addition gig, they can now add additional levels, walls, stairs, and delete items on walls. Decorator Sims who attempt to do a basement gym level addition gig are now able to add basements. Sim afraid of working out underground will not be pleased with this update. The YMTop_GP10 jean jacket will now appear in the catalog as a feminine style choice.
Alright guys, we're coming to the most important part. My wedding disaster. Let's see what they fixed.
Choice. My wedding stories. Gloves should accessorize a dress, not change it. And for the YF_body_GP11 dress bride princess dress, this is now true. No longer will gloves have an undesirable texture overlay.
Good.
There once was a magical left-handed ring that, when worn, would replace the texture of any other ring put on the same finger of the opposite hand with its own. This was a dark magic, an evil magic, and so the Sims 4 developers put a stop to it. They said, no more. Stay on your own finger, foul ring beast. Now you can wear this ring and another ring on the same finger, but opposite hand, and they will look different. All is as it should be. DMAPs have been updated for YMBody_GP11 suit flowing_red, which pretty much means that it looks less wobbly. Nobody likes a wobbly suit.
Lots of cast changes.
When you pull the camera in and out for Windows MIS High 2x1x4_02 and Window MIS High 1x1x3_02, they will now change low DS as desired. The Laurents won't be quite so confused now when they come and go from their mansion. That awkward moment when a Sim leans into kiss while slow dancing and fails, well, it's even more awkward now because they are actually touching and their hands aren't floating. Or is that less awkward? We aren't sure.
Cool. I thought there would be more with My Wedding Stories, but I'm happy that we're still getting fixes for that pack because for some people it's still pretty unplayable. But that's gonna be it. Let me know what you guys think of everything. Scenario's got an overhaul, kind of. Wolfsbane is in the game. We have brand new terrain paints, new wallpapers, a brand new beard, the wedding hijab without the veil. What else? Oh, base game wedding dress recolors. Observatory update, new prints, moon gazing, brand new telescope right here. So lots of amazing things, new interactions. Share your thoughts below. That's gonna be it for me. I might actually do another video later on today in my game, just diving in and exploring everything. I want to have fun and see what that's all about. But I love you. Thanks for coming to hang out. And yeah, where's the Dine Out fixes? That's what I was just getting ready to say. Dine Out wasn't even on there, and that pack is still broken. Can we please get some fixes for that? We need those. We really do. Are you posting later? Yes, this will be up after like an hour or so, most like. Actually, probably in like 20 minutes, it'll be ready. It just needs to process. All right, that's it. I love you guys. Take care. Happy simming.